This is Eagle News, Washington, D.C. I am Rose Papa Angeles. 50 years ago, the Hawaiian town of Eva Beach played a role in the history of the Iglesia Ni Cristo, or Church of Christ, in its overseas missions that began on July 27, 1968. Likewise, this now sprawling suburban community in West Oahu already had a rich history of its own, dating all the way back to the 19th century. EBC Hawaii correspondent Alfred Acenas with the story.
Just like the pineapple, the sugar cane would play a pivotal role in shaping Hawaii's economy for more than a century, as it changed from a basic subsistence agriculture to a more complex commodity-based system with the intent to satisfy demands for all things sweet on a global scale.
Sugar would alter the landscapes of the western side of Oahu Island, with large areas of cane plantings along with the construction of sugar mills to process crops. Nearby towns would soon flourish, namely Waipahu and Eva.
Historic Eva Villages on West Oahu is a remnant of the once prosperous Eva Plantation Company and thriving Eva Plantation Town. Established in 1890, it had an exemplary health and social services that they provided for all the workers.
The Eva Plantation Company was incorporated in 1890 with about 11,000 acres of land, roughly 4,400 hectares. This new entity would soon form a critical business partnership with the Oahu Railway System in delivering large amounts of harvest throughout Hawaii and beyond.
Approximately 30 miles or roughly 48 kilometers of railroad track serviced the plantation. Sugar from the mill was conveyed by the Oahu Railway and Land Company to Honolulu Harbor for shipping to the continental U.S. and worldwide.
They were no different than a big railroad on the mainland back then. They hauled freight, passengers, you name it, they hauled it. One of the things they did bring was the processed sugar. A lot of people always say it's a sugarcane train. It's not. The Oahu Railway never hauled sugarcane. That would have been the plantation railroads, whether it was the Eva Plantation, Waialua.
Now, because of the proximity to Pearl Harbor, the Eva plantations were not immune to the collateral damage of machine gun fire and anti-aircraft shells brought about during the Japanese attacks on December 7, 1941. With America entering World War II, the U.S. Army took possession of over 500,000 acres, roughly about 2,000 square kilometers of farmlands to be converted to training camps and storage facilities, some of which are still in use to this day.
A booming sugar industry obviously meant more workers in the farmlands. The importation of labor from countries in Asia, Europe, and the Americas would become the main reason for the multi-ethnic makeup of Hawaii's current population. One of those countries was the Philippines, and its migrant workers would become known as Sakadas.
The Sakadas, who were early plantation laborers who immigrated to Hawaii between 1906 and 1946, worked extremely hard to give their families better lives. And as a result, many of their descendants and children had gone on to attain higher education, gaining their bachelor's, their master's, their PhDs, and now working professionals across the state of Hawaii. Some being very visible in government, in education, in healthcare, and across many sectors.
One of those sectors included propagating their spiritual beliefs and convictions to other Filipinos and even non-Filipinos, especially around the gathering place that is Oahu Island.
More specifically, it involved some migrant workers and their families right here in Eva, who would soon discover that they had something unique in common: their membership in a small yet growing religious organization known as the Iglesia ni Cristo Church of Christ. From that moment on, they would lay the foundation for something bigger, much bigger, in the days and years to come. Reporting from Eva Beach, Hawaii, I'm Alfred Acenas for Eagle News, 1 with 25. Mahalo for watching.
That is today's Eagle News, Washington, D.C. Join us tomorrow for stories that matter to you. Visit our website at Eaglenews.PH and EagleNewsLive.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/EagleNewsPH. Thank you for watching. I am Rose Papa Angeles, and I am 1 with 25.